Conversation. Nigerian newspapers. Taking a look at the update coming to you. Taking a deep dive into the pages of Nigerian newspapers, discussing the economy, the polity, and of course policies that affect us as Nigerians. We've got the Punch newspaper, the Nigerian Tribune, and the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And there we will be discussing matters making rounds this beautiful morning. My name is Oluyole Ogunmola. So excited to be here this morning as we have a whole lot lined up for your listening pleasure. And when the time is right, we will turn on the phone line for you to be part of today's dailies. It's Conversation.
My name is Bimbo Akonbi with Bolu here this morning. Another Monday morning, March the 23rd, 2026. And of course, you know, we'll be networking with Okeogun 96.3 FM, Agility 92.1 FM. You can also see us, you know, streaming live with Oluyole 98.5 FM. And of course, you can check us up on Facebook. You'll meet us there at bcus.tv. No station beats that reach. And the program is Conversation, like Bulu has said. Stories making the rounds across the country and
abroad as well.
Yes, across the shores of the country. And I am thinking I will go through this, and I know I have some idea about this. Talking about the US-Iran war, yes, and counter threats over the Strait of Hormuz. Yes,
well, don't forget that the views and opinions expressed on the program does not reflect the position of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oluyole State and its management or staff. We encourage respectful, constructive, and responsible contributions. And
of course, no foul words.
Absolutely. Don't forget that your voice matters here. Conversation is where headlines meets your voice.
Yes, and
a lot of stories this morning.
Yes, I can see some political stories there.
Absolutely.
2027
strategy. Yes. Let's check out the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. 2027 strategy. Makinde meets Kwankwanso as PDP reconciliation falters. So the rider, Makinde Bala Kwankwanso meeting sparks fear of mass movement to NDC. Wike Makinde PDP camps clash again over convention. Support for Tinubu. PDP factions trade blame for failed reconciliation talks. More stories. Terrorism. Tinubu brokers French military assistance deal. Seeking support from France. We have the Americans already on ground. Well, we need as much support as possible, right? Airlines under pressure after jet fuel price surges 100%. I can imagine what air tickets looks like in Nigeria, even Africa. It will be something else.
Yes.
State police. Governors move to submit proposal to National Assembly.
And a rider to that from the Vanguard here. State police, governors split as insecurity worsens nationwide. State police, you know, there have been so many controversies surrounding the creation of state police, and meanwhile the president, the Lion of Budilon, has said all states must create state police, the state police system, and that the modalities should be put on ground so that the state police system will come on ground, and then
I think they
assist the federal police and all other security agencies.
Yes. And the first step is the proposal to the National Assembly, which the governors have done. Let's take that. Let's start with that story. Security story, very important in Nigeria, to be able to track what the people in authority are doing as regards security. Even on page 8 of the Punch newspaper, State Police Governors submit proposal for National Assembly review. The Nigerian Governors Forum on Sunday said that it has submitted its contribution on the proposed state police framework to the National Security Advisor, Malam Horibadu, with the document expected to be transmitted to the National Assembly. The NGF chairman and Kwara State Governor, Abdurrahman Abdrazak, disclosed this during a meeting with President Bola Tinubu at his Ikoyi residence in Lagos. Abdrazak stated that discussions on state police were ongoing among various security organizations led by the National Security Advisor, adding that the NGF had made its contribution to the process. He reaffirmed that governors' commitment to renewing their collaboration with security forces to defeat terrorism, expand infrastructures, and improve the lives of citizens. Well, if you ask me, we need state policing now.
Yes.
More than before, right?
Yes, and the National Organizing Secretary of Afenifere, Mr. Koli Omololu, said President Tinubu's advocacy for state police, though necessary, cannot materialize without constitutional amendment.
Absolutely.
Yes, and according to him, and according to him, the burden of expedition lies more with the legislature, even than the executive, noting that policing remains on the exclusive legislative list. Also, according to the Afenifere, yes.
Absolutely.
And in the southwest and south-south, support is stronger, with several states already building frameworks seen as precursors to state policing. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun described state police as non-negotiable, while Oyo, Ondo, and Ekiti said outfits like Amotekun have laid the foundation.
Yes,
of course, they have. Because I remember when Amotekun, the issue of Amotekun was first laid, the federal government said they should go back to their various houses of assembly during the tenure of late former governor Akeredolu, Rotimi Akeredolu. Then I think it was the main, main man that started the Amotekun, along with the other state governors.
Yeah,
Southwest.
With the help of the Dawn Commission.
Dawn Commission, yes, and the issue sailed through the houses of assembly, and they sent it to the National Assembly, and federal government consented to it. But what I'm saying is other states too now replicated that move
in other regions.
Yes, especially the east. And there were some policing systems in some northern states earlier, before the Amotekun came on. Well, we'll see what that state policing system, how it will come up, how it will be, become standard, and how it will be operated, and how people will believe in the state policing system. Now, the Senate also moves to address concerns. Yes, the Senate has assured that concerns of Nigerians in this regard will be addressed. People are not, they are not so confident. Yes, they are not so confident.
But they don't know what's coming. So
yes,
so it's left to the people in authority, to explain to them, what it's all about. The benefits. Very important. Public education.
Yes, public education. Yes,
sensitization.
Yes, sensitization. We have the National Orientation Agency there.
Exactly their job.
We have the Ministry of Information there. We have all other related agencies there. They should be up to their duties, up to their tasks. Yes, because I don't know why we have so many agencies related to informing
information
and
submission.
educating people.
The masses. All right, let's check out page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Getting into politics this morning. It's 2027 strategy. Makinde meets Kwankwanso as PDP reconciliation falters. Ahead of the 2027 general elections, the People's Democratic Party governors Sheyi Makinde of Oyo and Bala Mohammed of Bauchi met with the national leader of the Nigeria Democratic Congress, Senator Siraki Dixon, and former Kano State Governor and 2023 new Nigeria People's Party presidential aspirant, that's Rabi Kwankwanso, as reconciliation efforts between the governors and the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike's bloc stalled. On Sunday, Makinde and Chairman PDP Governors Forum, Mohammed, held a closed-door meeting with Senator Siraki Dixon, who represents Bayelsa West in Bauchi. Makinde and Dixon later traveled to Kano, where they joined Kwankwanso as well as 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi. Although the meeting was officially described as part of Eid al-Fitr celebrations, credible sources close to Kwankwanso, who spoke on condition of anonymity, described because they were not authorized to speak on the matter, suggested that the discussions might be linked to preparations for the 2027 presidential elections. Meanwhile, the National Publicity Secretary of the Wike-backed PDP National Caretaker Working Committee, Jungudo Mohammed, on Sunday accused the governor's backed group led by Tanemo Turaki SAN of plotting to undermine the party's upcoming national convention billed for the 29th and 30th of March. A lot happening. Well, you can just read more on the page 2 of the Punch newspaper.
So, Bolo, what are we looking at here? I don't understand.
Honestly.
What are we looking at? Yes. Maybe we should, these equipments that sailors and Air Force officers use, binoculars or telescopes. Maybe we should be just looking at it to see what
to be able to read through the 2027 strategy.
Yes.
Are we going to see more alignment?
Well, we don't know,
because APC have been doing theirs, winning over governors, more senators. And here you have the opposition parties also trying to build their home and create a formidable force against the ruling party. Let's see how that goes. We'll continue to bring you up to speed with that. More stories this morning.
Yes, talking about terrorism now again. Terrorists abduct 9 worshippers in Kwara Church. Yes, terrorists abduct 3 worshippers in Kwara Church. 3 rescued already, and that is in Ilorin.
In Ilorin yesterday.
Yes, Ilorin yesterday. Yes, terrorists yesterday stormed the Evangelical Church Winning All Ekwa in Omugol Community, Felodun local government area of Kwara State, abducting 12 worshippers during the weekly service. And it was gathered by the Vanguard that joint security operatives successfully rescued 3 of the abducted victims, while 9 remain in captivity. The attack reportedly caused panic among worshippers and residents, and a source from the Kwara South Joint Security Watch, who pleaded not to be named, confirmed the incident to Vanguard, expressing concern over the church's proximity to a military base. Well, proximity to a military base.
So the abduction should have happened in the first place.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes. And
but the good thing is that at least 3 rescued already. Let's hope that others will gain freedom.
Yes. What happens with the 9? I mean, the other 5. Is it 5 or 4? No, 5. Well, let's hope they will get rescued too, and not to hope that it will be an issue of ransom. Ransom payment.
All right, still talking about terrorism and banditry. Checking out page 7 of the Punch newspaper. Terrorism. Tinubu brokers French military assistance deal. President Bola Tinubu on Sunday said Nigeria has secured a French collaboration on the military equipment and support following a lengthy discussion with French President Emmanuel Macron on Saturday. The president disclosed this during a meeting with governors at Izikoyi residence in Lagos, where he observed the Eid al-Fitr holidays after returning from his two-day state visit to the United Kingdom. This is according to a excerpt of the president's address to the governors at the meeting, made available to the Punch newspaper Sunday evening. Tinubu revealed that Nigeria was prepared to leverage its goodwill and existing lines of credit to acquire necessary equipment and training for security forces in the fight against terrorism. Well, we need that ASAP as soon as possible, so as to fight terrorism and banditry head on. Every assistance we required, every assistance we can get, let's seek it and ensure that we defeat these people. I was listening to the vice president, after the Maiduguri blast last week, saying that those people, the bandits, don't even deserve to be called human.
Yes.
And that's true. Anyone who feels he has the right to take other people's life, such a person
deserves to be called
honestly
a devil.
Honestly,
a devil. Now I have this one here. Now talking about sad one here. Talking about the 20-year-old a 4-year-old boy that was abducted and killed, and just covered with some kind of leaves, bush. You don't know the bush hush. You just put them on the head. Now the Bauchi State Police Command arrested that 20-year-old suspect, Rabiu Safiano. Yes, over the alleged abduction and killing. Yes, killing of a 4-year-old boy, Yunusa Salisu. And the command spokesperson, Nafiu Abib, disclosed that this in a statement on Sunday, noting that the suspect was apprehended by detectives attached to the C Divisional Headquarters, Bauchi, following a report of a missing child. That is why I always respect the CIDs, the detectives in the police divisions all over Nigeria. Yes, they do what they will do. Even if it takes 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, they will still detect what really happened in any matter. And now, according to the statement, the case was reported on March 21, 2026 by the victim's father, Salisu Yunusa, a resident of Nasara Modena quarters, who said his son had gone missing on March 18. And the father further told the police that he received a ransom demand of 500,000 naira from an unknown caller on March 19 and paid 100,000 naira, but the child was not released. An investigation into the matter led to the arrest of one Rabiu Safiano, 20 years, of the same address, a friend of the complainant's younger brother who had unrestricted access to the house, the statement said. And Habib said the suspect confessed during interrogation to abducting the child, strangling him and burying his body in a shallow grave at Warinje Hills before making further ransom demands. He had killed the boy and he was still making demands of ransom, after which 100,000 naira, 100 million had been paid already, and this is so callous.
Very, very.
Yes,
very, very.
I don't understand.
All right, let's get into international politics and economy now. And you've got something for us on the war. Before that,
yes, before
really,
the war.
Let's quickly take a look at some of the impacts of the war in the Middle East. Airlines under pressure after jet fuel surges 100%. That's on page 24 of the Punch newspaper. There are indications that airfares may jump in the coming weeks following the hike in the cost of aviation fuel, commonly referred to as Jet A1, a development that is already putting pressure on airline operations and signaling higher ticket costs for passengers. The spike in Jet A1 price is largely due to the crisis in the Middle East, which has slowed the production and movement of crude oil across countries, worsening the operational cost of domestic carriers. Checks by the Punch newspaper correspondent with airlines showed an astronomical increase in the operating cost of airlines, particularly caused by the spike in aviation fuel, which has become the dominant cost driver in recent weeks. At the time of filing this report, aviation fuel, which was sold between 900 naira and 995 naira before the Middle East crisis commenced, has jumped to between 2,500 naira and 2,700 naira. That is astronomical.
Yes.
Well, that's for Jet A1. Let's take a look at motorists now.
Yes, motorists.
Nigerian Tribune, page 27. Motorist passengers lament as petrol pump price hits 1,380 naira per litre.
Yes, that is even at least there are some areas they sold for 1,500 naira in Oyo State here. Yes.
Petrol, not diesel.
Petrol.
All right. Passengers have continued to express frustrations over the incessant increase in the pump price of PMS, premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, from 970 naira per litre in February 2026. Petrol pump price has jumped to 1,380 naira in Lagos and Ogun State, of course Oyo State as well, due to disruption in oil supply occasioned by the ongoing Middle East crisis. As the crisis persists, motorists are expressing fresh concerns over a possible increase in petrol prices in Nigeria following the global crude oil prices that surged to $114 per barrel. Oh boy. Speaking with Nigerian Tribune on Sunday, a motorist said that he had stopped taking his car to the office every day as his spending on fuel had nearly doubled. Well, that's the impact of the crisis in the Middle East.
That's really the impact.
Yes, and majorly the closure of the Strait of Hormuz.
Yes.
And listening to Donald Trump yesterday, he has given the Iranian authorities till tomorrow Tuesday to open the Strait of Hormuz, or he will come in full force.
And the Iranian authorities have said any strange vessel that comes around that place, they will deal with it.
Yes, they've always said that, and they've been doing that. So, and that's why all that's happening is currently happening.
They have given some countries the opportunity to move.
Yeah, countries that are not working with United States.
Not their enemies.
Not their enemies. They have been allowed to move, to ship out. But in the case of anyone connected to America, well,
America, Israel,
and their allies who have been supporting them on this.
Yes,
and that's why we're having this serious surge.
Yes, and now I think we have Nigeria. We have a problem, serious problem. I can see this in the Punch. Yes, talking about the Dangote refinery. Yes, it has ramped up its regional footprints with the export of 12 cargoes of refined petroleum products totaling 456,000 tons to 5 African countries amid a growing fuel supply crisis triggered by geopolitical tensions in the Middle East. Imagine.
Well, I saw that coming, because now look at the countries that they're now shipping to. Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Tanzania, Ghana, and Togo. And that is more effects for Nigeria. Yes, you might say that they feel that it's not enough for us. You're shipping it out. But, but that's the argument. But because of the crisis, those countries are they also need fuel in their country. They can also ship in fuel. So, and Nigeria, Dangote is there with available fuel. They rather buy. Now the question is, how much are they buying from Dangote? I'm sure Dangote will be making a lot from them.
Yes, of course.
And he would rather prefer to sell to them
than us, because there's a feud between the federal government, the NNPCL, and Dangote.
Because come to think of it,
independent marketers also.
And come to think of it, there's no scarcity. The fuel is available.
Yes.
So that's why I really don't have issues with him shipping 12 cargoes. There's no fuel scarcity. The issue is the cost. That's the issue. That cost could be managed with the help of the federal government, trying to find a way to ameliorate it. But since the federal government is not doing anything about it, I mean, the man will look at business opportunities, ship to 5 countries. Yes. Why not?
Of course. He's a business
He's a businessman. He wants to make profit. He wants to make profit. Well, more stories this morning. Checking out the Tribune newspapers. This morning, also talking about Kwankwans. Also, NLC rejects federal government's planned 6 trillion naira power generation bailout. That's on page 4.
Power generation bailout. And blackouts now. Just another angle. NLC wants urgent overhaul of power sector. 6 single energy ministry insist on no bailout for Gencos, Discos. Well, the NLC, I don't know. Well, the NLC is trying. They are trying, yes, and they have decried the continued paralysis of the nation's power sector, calling for a radical overhaul. But the NLC have been on ground for a long time, and we know they are doing their best to ensure the good for Nigerians, yes, to ensure, especially in the electricity sector, which has affected people negatively and which has made businesses run down and which has made people abandon various small-scale enterprises. Yes, that is what is on the ground now. Let me go through the story quickly. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has decried the continued paralysis of the nation's power sector, calling for a radical overhaul. It recommended the merger of the Federal Ministry of Petroleum and the Federal Ministry of Power into a single Ministry of Energy to address the structural failures crippling electricity generation and distribution. That is not possible, in my own opinion.
Well, a similar story also coming from the NLC. NLC rejects federal government's planned 6 trillion naira power generation bailout. Calls for Power Petroleum Ministry's merger. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has called on the federal government to merge the ministries of power and petroleum into a single ministry of energy, warning that Nigeria's deepening electricity crisis would persist unless the country dismantles what he described as a fundamentally fractured structure in the sector. The Labour Centre also rejected the proposed 6 trillion naira bailout for power generation companies, insisting that public funds must not be used to settle a cartel of failed investors. In a statement signed by its president, Comrade Jairo, on Sunday in Abuja, NLC said the persistent failures in electricity supply were the result of a disconnect between the petroleum and power sectors, particularly around gas supply for thermal plants. So, all right, I get where they're coming from.
Okay.
Don't forget that the power generating company needs gas.
Yes.
From the petroleum ministry to function.
Yes.
So they're saying, let's collab them into energy ministry so that there won't be any bureaucracy, so that smooth, passage and signing or movement of the gas.
Yes. Is it compulsory that they should be matched? They have their own rules. Let them
different roles.
Let them
play their role.
The other ministry,
yes,
gas,
without issues.
The other ministry will carry on its own duty. So why imagine that one will even complicate the issue?
Well, it's the NLC proposing, so they are just proposing. All right, page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. IGP directs reduction of police tactical teams. Says tactical teams not disbanded. The Nigeria Police Force (NPF) on Sunday dismissed as misleading reports claiming that the IGP, as Olatunji Disu, has ordered the disbandment of all police tactical units and squads across state commands. In a statement, the first public relations officer, DCP Anthony Okon, described the publication as a misrepresentation of IGP's directive. According to the statement, the IGP, as a grassroots officer with a broad network across Nigerian society, is aware of public concerns regarding the operations of police tactical teams, as well as the creation of multiple teams by commissioners of police and heads of formations, which have attracted backlash. The statement explained that IGP Disu, having held command positions across the country and witnessed tactical teams in action, recognizes their contributions to crime fighting, but is concerned about their proliferation. He clarified that to address the concerns, the IGP directed a reduction in number of tactical teams. So it's not dismantle or disbanding them, no. Just reduction of tactical. You guys are too much, tactical team too much. Let's reduce it to avoid overlap and all that.
But if the tactical teams are up and coming, doing their jobs accordingly, and not overlapping, I don't see any.
Need to. Well, he's an experienced man. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Let's hope that that's the best decision for Nigeria. All right, let's move on. Page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. All right, before that, let's go on a quick break. And when we return, we'll talk about exports this morning. It's still conversation.
Insurance is like carrying an umbrella, just in case it rains. But what if it doesn't? With regular insurance, you get nothing if you make no claim. With no Takaful insurance, you might just get cash back for the next day.
There's a no way to do ethical insurance. No Takaful insurance, where you win by claims which are paid promptly or win by profit sharing. Visit notakaful.ng or download the Raha app to get started. No Takaful, your win-win partner.
Charity ẹni fẹ́ ṣàríyá o, gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣàjọ̀dún, àbẹ́ni fẹ́ ṣèpàdé o, gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣènáwó. BCOS event grand, òun yẹn máa bọ̀. BCOS event grand, òun ló kájú ẹ̀ fún gbogbo ayẹyẹ. Èyí tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ ṣe, BCOS event grand, òun yẹn máa bọ̀ o. Bóyá wá gbé mi débẹ̀ yóò, ilé akéde. Bóyá wá gbé mi débẹ̀ yóò, BCOS event grand. BCOS event grand níbi tílẹ̀ ti tẹ́jú àyè ìgbọ́kọ̀sí ń bẹ ìyẹn pọ̀ jaburata. BCOS event grand ìyẹn nílé akéde oríta Báṣọ̀run nílùú Ìbàdàn. BCOS event grand òun yẹn máa bọ̀ o. ohun tá à ń sọ ni pé fónírúurú ayẹyẹ tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ ṣe ó ti wù kó fẹjú tó. BCOS event grand òun ló kájú ẹ̀ òun ló káàtó. ṣókùn àgbàlẹ̀ yìí fẹ́ ṣe ni tàbí ìgbéyàwó tàbí birthday tàbí open year crusade. wọ́n sì jẹ́ book launch ní tiyín ni. ẹ máa bọ̀ ẹ̀yẹ sá ti kàn sí wa ní yàrá kẹrin commercial department BCOS ilé akéde tàbí kẹ́ ẹ pè sórí BCOS customer care line tololong 0915-870-3300. BCOS event grant ilé àríyá fáwọn tó mọ bó ṣe ń lọ.
Glad to know you're there. Still conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Don't forget, we're also live on OLUYOLE FM 96.3 and Agility 92.1 FM. We're streaming live on Facebook. Visit facebook.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM anywhere you're on planet Earth to enjoy this program and all our programs on digital. In the next 5 minutes, our phone line will be open for you to share your thoughts with us this morning. All right, so we're talking about the Nigerian Tribune, page 6. Experts divided over benefits of £746 million UK export finance deal for Nigeria. With the rider, unstable FX regime threatens Apapa Tinkan Port upgrade gains. Divergent views have emerged among economists and policy analysts over the real benefits of the £746 million export finance guarantee extended by the United Kingdom to Nigeria for the rehabilitation of key port infrastructure in Lagos. The facility, backed by UK Export Finance, that is a UKEF, will fund the upgrade of the Lagos Port Complex in Apapa and the Tinkan Island Port in partnership with the Nigerian Port Authority (NPA) and the Federal Ministry of Finance. Well, quite a lot with that, but the deal is £746 million signed for upgrade. But let me just tell Nigerians, that money will pay back.
Yes,
we'll pay back.
Oh, of course. Now, well, I want to ask a question. Do you know SERAP?
Of course.
The socio-economic rights. They are always, they're taking people to court, taking organizations to court, but we don't often hear the outcome. Now, they are talking to Akpabio now. They are saying, that organization is saying Akpabio should name NNPCL officials implicated in missing 210 trillion naira probe, and they have threatened again another lawsuit. Well, Socioeconomic Rights and Accountability Project SERAP has urged Senate President Godswill Akpabio to direct the Senate Public Accounts Committee to publish the names and designations of officials implicated in the alleged 210 trillion naira missing or unaccounted for from the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL). And the group also threatened to institute legal action if its demands are not met within 7 days as usual. And in the letter dated March 21, 2026 and signed by its Deputy Director Oluyole, SERAP called for full disclosure of the ongoing investigation, including audit reports, financial records, official communications, and clear timeliness for the appearance of implicated officials and in conclusion of the probe. And it further urged the committee to make public the complete records of its proceedings, including minutes, submissions, and evidence presented to allow Nigerians and oversight institutions independently scrutinize the processes of these conditions lined up. It will not work.
Let's see what comes out of it. It's in court. All right, insecurity, my foreign trips paying off, Tinubu says Middle East crisis will trigger inflation. And that was while talking to the Governors Forum yesterday in Lagos. And also this security concern, troops arrest suspect with 36 hand grenades in Lagos. That's on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. Troops of Operation Mesam has arrested a suspect allegedly found in possession of explosives in the Ikorodu local government area of Lagos State. Security sources at the Nigerian Army Headquarters, Abuja, told the Nigerian Tribune on Sunday that the arrest occurred at about 7:45 p.m. on Saturday, following intelligence with that a civilian was moving around a place called Agric with suspected hand grenade during an event.
And grenades.
36. Thank God it was caught. Thank God it was caught. So I can't just imagine. All right, 080 55 00 9850 070 55 55 1985. 5.
Yes, and before I take this first call, Navy intercepts illegally refined petroleum products, arrests 8 suspects. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Yes.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Please go on.
Okay, good. Yes, the issue of this police. That is taking for a very long time. They should give it a trial. Now they want to send the bill to the National Assembly. They should speed up the action. They shouldn't waste time. Then on the issue of a bailout, the NSC is talking about, they should not agree for that bailout, because if they agree, they will scatter the money. God bless you. Happy New Year.
All right, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us this morning. Keep it coming on the program this morning. A lot of stories to look out for.
Yes, I have another call.
Another caller, all right.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Zimbo.
Good morning.
Mr. Poli.
Good morning, sir.
I'm calling from Colombia. We heard some news on the weekend again that some people were kidnapped during the service, a church service in Kwara State again.
Yes, in Kwara State.
Okay. One thing is, this state police is taking too long. The president will come and say something. Few months after, we will not hear anything again. Governors will come and say so many things, and later we will not hear anything again. A serious nation that thing supposed to have been on ground right now. It's enough of discussions, enough of talk. But if you are skeptical, I understand their whole part too. Maybe they are skeptical about state policing and all that, and those who are against it. Why can't we create a unit now first? Since we are in can't we just create something? Maybe a force, a group of community policing for a meantime, maybe for a year, so that the local government and the state government and federal government will have a joint account that will be paying them, so that we can just flush out these people first. Then later, after we've done that, then we can think about creating a state police and their welfare and what the system they are operating and all that. But we need something urgently now. So instead of our public officers to be jumping around as if they have no IQ to think, let's just do something. You are here as leaders of the nation, leaders of the state, leaders of the local government. Sit and discuss something quickly, something that can come and just clear this mess off. Because I tell you, if these people call themselves that, see a similar force that is always on them, not any other thing, the force will not be for armed robbers, it will not be for anything, it will just be for you people. Go and flush them out. They will run because they don't want to die too. But we keep doing this thing as if this thing is difficult to do, and every time we keep lamenting. Then on the issue of petroleum price, they said it's now, I've not bought for the last, since I think it's last week now, but they said it's now 1,380 or 1,450 or something like that. So let us, one thing is it's not coming down, because yesterday Iran bombed a place in Misr, but it's a civilian place. Iran I think they did not intend to bomb that place. I think it was miscalculation. So it was civilian casualty. And Israel is, Netanyahu is threatening, in fact, Netanyahu was saying personally that it is stream to act now. That as from now on, it should be elimination of some people in Iran, and it's going to cripple them economically. So this week, they did a bomb the fine side. They've been sparing some economic benefit of Iran before, but since Iran has bombed the civilian population, but I don't think Iran meant it. I think it was just a miscalculation. So this week is going to be a series of, and Trump will jump up again. So thank you.
It is well. Thank you very much for sharing your thought with us. A lot happening, in the Middle East at the moment. Just like you heard him talk about civilian casualties yesterday.
Yes.
Quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. God bless you. Jesus name.
Amen.
I'm there to from my God.
Yes, you're welcome.
It is unfortunate that the pace at which we started Nigeria independence was slowed down as a result of certain reasons or because of some things that happened then. Well, be that as it may, whatever we have happened, we expect, I personally expect all our leaders, politicians, well-wishers, philanthropists to come together and reason together. We have 4 refineries in Nigeria, and that has not been took up to now. You can imagine a private refinery is functioning, that refinery is functioning. It's a big detail and a big flat for us in our nation. That shows that as we are yet to know what we are actually doing. We are full of talking. Let's put everything to action. Enough of talking. That's that. Then on security as well, I want to admonish all communities to be as alert. Don't rely on government. You rely on government, you rely on the law die. That's the problem we are facing now. We should take up vigilante, at least to keep vigilance. No matter of economic, but intelligence services, very, very important. We should not slumber. Rise up, wake up, contribute money for protection of life and property. The safety of life is very, very important. God help us in the Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I'll keep it coming. 070-5555-185 and 080-5500-9850.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
I'm Oluyole.
Welcome, sir.
You're
Now,
welcome.
I'm just quickly referring. Talking to Nepal Africa. You can't play him. He's a Nepal. He's at the campsite. I didn't get our government. Mean that by what? Who did this was? Says when I start working. Why not working? Or not be? Again, illegal refinery. Why destroy it? Encourage them to produce. So that we will be fair. My own opinion. Now, instead of calling for your names, it will not be possible. The community of them are involved. Among the chief. Now, I can mention my name. I'm not mentioning my name. They are all involved. On bridging loan. You know, like in Nigeria, when they take 100 naira, they will use 50 naira. Keep 50 for themselves. Nigeria loan. Nigeria system. Let me share. Thank you much.
All right, thank you very much for sharing your thought with us. A quick break and we'll be back on Conversation.
My guy! You sabi say you need health insurance, abi? God forbid, I know they sick. Calm down. This one dey different. Whether you sick or you no sick, you go still flex. You mean am? Now.
Yes, there's a new way to do health insurance with New Health, where you enjoy accessible and affordable health plans and much more. Visit newhealth.ng now to start. New Health, your win-win partner. Conversation.
There you have it. Still conversation. There's 5 minutes left to leave the studio this morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Dr. Ayala Bogo calling from London.
You're welcome, sir.
During the COVID, I see this statement, allow me to advise that those who are going to the church, to the mosque, they should do it periodically, and that they should have a sort of regret. Now, kidnapping every time, especially in churches, is not a good omen. Maybe the advice we will have given is that they should make sure that the youth, what do you call it? The night prayer, now what? So they should at least stop it for the meanwhile. Let everybody concentrate and pray in his home during the night, so that this bandit will not be using this opportunity. What is happening in Kwara so severe. Why is it that all the time they will be kidnapping people in the churches? So maybe they will have put an end, or let me say, for the meantime, you should have refrained from going to the church or the mosque during the night. Let everybody continue to stay in his own home so that these people now use that advantage. Then the alternative is they should have security at the entrance and vicinity of it and the churches. So this one will at least reduce drastically the state of kidnapping. Thank you, Dr. Ilabugu from Lambako.
Thank you, Dr. Ilabugu from Late. Yes, more calls before we end the program this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I can hear.
Hello?
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, we are with you.
I don't know from who.
Okay.
Bless you, sir. How was your weekend?
Yeah, not bad.
God will bless Mr. Daddy of Jetunde for Maguire about the security. You see, every government will do for is saddled with two major responsibilities: security and welfareism. Now, can you listen to Mr. Jedari say that each community should rise up, taking security for themselves? That is it. Government has failed woefully. If government does not provide security for the citizens, such a government is a monumental failure and have failed in that aspect. Look at welfareism. Are we enjoying the country today? This period the windfall for Nigeria, making billions of naira. Is it reflecting on the for the citizen? That is what we are saying. It happens sometimes. John Charity, one eventually young man from America was arrested in Aso Rock. He was detained by the DSS. The American government, that in 24 hours, they contacted Sani Abacha to release the boy. Well, the boy was released. Half of our people, language in prison, men of that abroad. Our life, nothing to them. Bless you.
Thank you very much, for sharing your thought with us this morning.
Yes, the Olubadan of Badoland is in the news again this morning. He is pledging his support for vigilantes in Ibadan local government areas. Yes, all 11 local government areas of Ibadan to tackle insecurity, kidnapping, and other crimes. That is the Oba Rashid Adewolu Ladoja.
And also, Imo Rivers ADC back David Mark's leadership, distance cells from lawsuits. Even the ADC that looking to gather momentum, they are also having issues already.
Yes, you know that there are some people, some cabals that have taken over the ADC. The ADC has been on ground for a long time, but they are not posing so much threat. Yes. And some people have come to enforce the place, and they are having issues and want to, just pack them by the side.
Happy. Well, that's the situation. That's the situation at the moment. Well, it's time to go this morning, Bimbo.
Yes, it's been an exciting time on conversation this morning. Oluyole FM 98.8 in the city of Ibadan, Okeogun 96.3 FM, Agility 92.1 FM. And tomorrow again, we'll come your way with another edition of Conversation. My name is Bimbo Akambi. Enjoy your day.
Well, on behalf of the entire production crew, I say thank you for joining us today. The show returns tomorrow. My name is Boluwaji Ogman. Up next, a Sporting Beat with Victor Opone.
We hear of traffic holdups. We see them every day.
Don't double park.
Don't triple park.
You'll just be in the way.
Obey the traffic regulations. Don't make mistaken calculations.
Stop traffic holdups.
No go slow today.